Hey guys, so today we're filming another video. I'm literally running on about 5 hours of sleep and I did like exercise today and then I had to plan my video and I'm filming my video and I low-key just want to take a nap and then I'm going out after this, like right after this. But here's my social media, Instagram, Twitter, follow me on there, it's a really fun time, but also subscribe because at 500k we're going to have a second channel and that second channel is that close now. It's about 18,000, 17,000, something along those lines. Do that, that'll be incredible. Michelle Phan recently was under a little bit of scrutiny because of things that she's been posting on the internet, mainly this one post that she did on her Instagram story, which was basically her promoting essential oils as a way to stop a virus getting into your system. And mainly, you know, now that the coronavirus is going around, I think, I'm not saying she spoke about specifically the coronavirus, but you know, when the coronavirus is as big as it is and you say, oh, use these essential oils to repel the virus from your body, I'm like, that's not how it works. Do you know what repels viruses and stuff? Actual like medication that you get from a doctor, not essential oils that you buy from an MLM on the internet. I get essential oils as part of your aromatherapy, as part of like relaxing at the end of a really stressful day, or just having something chill there to keep you focused and concentrated, or something that just makes you feel good. But please don't tell your fans that it will stop them from getting a virus, because that is the last thing you want to do, is spread misinformation and put people in possible danger, because they'll be like, oh, well, my favorite Instagram influencer slash YouTuber slash someone told me that to stop this coronavirus from entering my body, I just have to use essential oils. And that's what I'm going to do. So once I start coughing and puffing, I'm just going to use more essential oils instead of going to the doctor. And I wouldn't want any young fans to watch her and be put on the wrong track of knowledge, which is not using medication when you need to use medication. I think there is nothing wrong with seeing a doctor and it can really save your life. So please don't just use essential oils. Use them as an addition to actual medication, please. Another thing is Gabbie Hanna is back in people's bad books, because she tweeted out saying, I just popped a pimple that I was 100,000% sure was mole for the last few years, so the moral is, kids, don't believe everything you see. There might be more to it than what appears on the surface. And you know, if this was just anyone else, I'd be like, funny tweet, haha, cool, great. Because it's Gabbie Hanna, there's obviously some kind of a ulterior motive in this tweet to get people to think about how much of a victim she is. And it's always that. It's like you could take a very simple tweet from Gabbie Hanna and immediately think she's doing this for attention, because at this point that's all she does. If this was anyone, literally anyone else tweeted this, I'd be like, yeah, sure. When Gabbie Hanna tweets things like this, it's because I know she's trying to manipulate her fans into being like, oh yes, no, Gabbie Hanna, we're only seeing the surface level. She's so deep and she's such a victim and we need to, you know, not judge her prematurely. Like, we've given her enough chances of, you know, not judging her prematurely, but when you've messed up that many times within, what, a year, cut it out, you know? Just stay quiet for a minute. Do your podcast, do your YouTube videos, clean your room for the 5th time in a row, but just stop playing the victim and trying to pretend you don't like drama and then using drama for likes, retweets, views, attention. It's just a little pathetic. And people, someone comments, you use drama for views and attention. Yeah, but I never claimed to not like it. Quite the opposite, actually. I love talking about drama because it keeps things interesting, but she claims that she hates drama, so stick to your word and stop talking about it. After that tweet, I was like, yeah, all good and well, that's it, that's all we're going to talk about with Gabbie Hanna. But no, she has a podcast that I've spoken about before. It's called Box of Thoughts, and I don't watch it unless someone DMs me about something they've seen on the podcast. So if you ever come across a video or something and you see something dodgy with it, just send me a DM, link me the video and tell me the timestamp and I'll be right on it. So someone sent me that in this podcast she said a few things that they were kind of iffy about, and then I went into the comment section. The comment section was interesting to say the least. There are people saying things like, please stop acting like you're always right, Gabbie. Be nice to Irene. You are not smarter than her all of the time. Anyone else feel like Gabbie's shutting down Irene a lot in these episodes? Totally agree with Irene. I believe Lizzo popped off this year. Now, if you're wondering what the conversation was about, it was about music. And obviously Gabbie Hanna is an expert in music because she released a few songs, and that makes her an expert in everything related to the music industry. So they were talking about how new artists are popping up now, and Irene, her best friend, said that Lizzo popped off pretty much this year. She had banger after banger, and then she, you know, got nominated for a Grammy, and then she won, I don't know, yada yada yada. And Gabbie was like, no, she's been popping off for like 4 years. She popped off like 4 years ago. So I don't know why she's like, so I know better about the music industry because I've released a few songs. And then Gabbie Hanna started talking about, well, she was trying to like impress Irene with her knowledge of Billie Eilish and why she's correct. And she said that Billie Eilish released so many popular songs over the years, and one of the songs that allegedly Billie Eilish released was When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? And there was a comment under the video that said there is no such thing as a song called When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? It's the album that's called When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? And that song isn't on there. So yeah, I heard that and I was like, I don't think that's a song, but I'm not a professional in Billie Eilish. I just like her music. So I wasn't a professional professional. But it was just funny that she claimed she was so correct the whole time, and then she just like randomly threw out the name of an album. And she also said that Billie Eilish only has one album, When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Billie Eilish actually has an album from 2017 called Don't Smile At Me. It's an EP, but I consider EPs and albums the same thing. I know I'm uncultured, but you know, if you have a collection of songs, that is an album to me. I know there's like a certain amount of songs you need to have for an album, but I'm not an expert in the music industry, unlike Gabbie Hanna. So, and there were some more comments. I'm going to continue with the comments now because now you guys know what the tea is. Good as Hell did not blow up until after Truth Hurts, because Gabbie Hanna said that Good as Hell by Lizzo popped off before Truth Hurts, when she released it before Truth Hurts, but it didn't pop off until after Truth Hurts. So, and then they say, sometimes I feel like Gabbie acts like she knows everything about music. No one does, artist or not. Gabbie, you have no clue of what you're talking about, and then tell Irene she is wrong. Billie Eilish album's a copycat, and When We All Fall Asleep, Where Do We Go? Actually, it's Don't Smile At Me, not copycat, but I feel like everyone's just confused at this point. Gabbie, Hot Fuss is an entire album by The Killers, not a song that you just haven't heard. Box of Thoughts, Gabbie acting like she knows everything about music and telling Irene she's wrong, while her boyfriend acts like he's being held at gunpoint to be there. Irene is so right about Lizzo. Also, Lizzo wasn't nominated for the Grammys last year. This year was the first time. This seems like a one-sided friendship, seems to be all about Gabbie. Irene is a nice, supportive friend, and Gabbie appears hella selfish. You can tell Gabbie doesn't read these comments. I agree with Irene, the way you shut her down and dismiss what she was saying about Lizzo. Shake my head. So yeah, people just aren't very happy with the way Gabbie Hanna is conducting herself in the podcast. It's supposed to be a conversation between her and Irene, but it's so one-sided, and if Irene disagrees or has her own opinion, it's immediately shut down, and it's just not interesting to watch. I like podcasts between two people where the two people are having a discussion and it's like an exchange of opinions. This was just a one-sided opinion thing. Dani Cohn recently posted a TikTok where she like did that song lyric challenge where you send people pictures on Snapchat with like lyrics to songs, and it was like a romantic song, and she sent this guy pictures and he replied in like a semi-romantic cute way. He looks exactly like her like two previous boyfriends. So I guess new boyfriend alert. Her mum, you know, had a new audition for potential boyfriends, and this one came through. I feel like they just have this like checklist of, does he have curly hair? Is he semi good looking boy? He's young. I don't even want to think about that, but do you know what I mean? Like semi attractive young man. Can he potentially get followers? Can we do challenges with him? Yes, you're her new boyfriend. Recently another thing came out about Dani Cohn which confirms her age even further. It is a final judgment of paternity, because for some reason there are paternity tests being done. How did I miss out on that little tidbit? But I guess I just haven't been watching enough videos on Dani Cohn, because I just wanted to give myself a break from that for a minute, just to chill, relax, not be angry anymore. And here I am back to being angry, which is like, yeah, Dustin Cohn is the natural and biological dad. I guess he had to prove that he is the biological dad to maybe have more rights in her life. And it says name, Danielle H. Cohn, birthday date, 03/07/2006. There's the age. There it is, ladies and gents. I don't know if this is faked, but at this point, you know, there's been so many little pieces of evidence that this is just another one on top. We've had so much, you know? In my last video, I spoke about ABH and how they worked with an MLM on their like eyebrow kit, and people started calling them out, basically just saying, and I spoke about it and I explained what MLMs are. So if you want to know, watch my last video. MLMs are basically just legal versions of a pyramid scheme, and they prey on the vulnerable and the weak, and it basically preys on people that are either already in debt or have the potential of being in debt because of this. So yeah, just all around. And I've been getting comments on my YouTube videos trying to defend MLMs and being like, yes, every other MLM is bad, but my one is so good. And it's like, you're going to get your comment deleted. Don't even bother, because I'm going to delete your comment and block you from commenting on my channel in the future. So if you're trying to keep your commenting privileges, don't you dare, because I will not have you persuading potentially naive people into believing that MLMs are a good thing. Absolutely not. Not on my channel and not on my watch. For Anastasia Beverly Hills, such a reputable brand, to work with an MLM is so disappointing. But Norvina, you know, started tweeting out and basically just saying like, this was an accident. We didn't realize that they were an MLM, and then now we're not going to be releasing any more products with them. But you know, how difficult is it for Anastasia Beverly Hills? Anastasia Beverly Hills, like a very reputable brand, lots of money being made, potentially a lot of lawyers, a lot of researchers, a lot of PR people. How difficult was it to do a simple Google search that your customers did for you? It clearly, if other people found it, then you, a big company, can find it too. I get that she, you know, worked quickly to get everything back in order, to, you know, recall everything. I get that. I get that she responded in a very good way, but it would have been even better if she had just avoided it altogether, because it gives their company a really bad look that they don't look into the details, the nitty-gritty of things. And I just wish they did, because it wasn't that difficult to find, clearly. So they could have just found it and avoided all of this, and potentially giving an MLM unnecessary promotion, because even now, if they don't release the products, the promotion was already made. They've already given a platform to this MLM. That means potentially a few more people are going to be caught into the MLM lifestyle, which is never a good thing. I recently spoke about JayStation, who did a video where he claimed that his girlfriend died and then he spoke to her at 3 a.m. through a Ouija board and all that good. And then he bought himself a new girlfriend from the dark web. Just like back in the day, he bought himself a slave from the dark web, which is really cool, not insensitive in any way. And now he was accused by her of being abusive. She made a video about it. He took that video, re-uploaded the whole thing, and copyright claimed her video. So made double the money from 2 videos that were not his. And now he got arrested on charges of being abusive, I believe, like an assault charge. So there's a Metro Entertainment article that says YouTuber JayStation arrested for assault after faking girlfriend's death in bid for subscribers. So the next piece of tea is a more big one. I just didn't have time to talk about it last time. Tati released a video about the Blendiful and about drama regarding the Blendiful, and I'm just kind of going to go over everything that she said in that video. She first started off by talking about the product and how it works and why it works the way it works and how many videos were very positive about it. I received the Blendiful in PR. Wow. And it's really good. I use it for powder. I used it today. I will use it for foundation. I used it for concealer today. I use it sometimes for bronzer and blush and highlight if I'm really feeling crazy. It's really good for nose contour because you can just kind of fold it and but it's a really good product. I think it's different, but it's not like different enough to where it's difficult to sell, but it is different enough to where it's interesting and it's kind of like fun to use. And it's just nice to implement something that can really do what beauty blenders and brushes do just in one product. Like, it's so travel friendly because I'm going on holiday in literally 2 days, and if I take that and nothing else, I'll be fine. Like, I will not struggle. So I just think it's good, and once you get used to it, once you get the hang of it, it's like it can really replace everything else. So I'm very into the product. I actually wash it every 2 uses because I use one side and then I flip it, and I use the other side and then I wash it, and I just repeat. So I've washed it a lot of times now and it's still in perfect condition. The fluff still feels fluffy, the sponge still feels spongy, there's no rips. People have been claiming that their Blendiful is ripping when they are washing it, and Tati went over the statistics for that, how many people actually ask for a refund, how many people actually ask for an exchange, how many tweets there are regarding it. And she said that sometimes she'll reply to a tweet, she'll DM them and be like, hey, so I heard your sponge is ripping, I saw the tweet, can we, like, you know, get some pictures so we can send you a refund? They're like, no, it's working fine, my one's not ripped. And they literally tweeted out about their Blendiful being ripped. So there are a lot of people now, I believe, jumping on the bandwagon of, oh, there's this one thing we can hate, let's hate it together. People are talking about how Tati was going to recall the product. She's not recalling the product because apparently the statistics are saying that the Blendiful is doing fine. It is okay. Yeah, it works the way it's supposed to be working. So there are no problems with that. And yeah, she basically went over that. She then did her first proper like tutorial with the Blendiful when she's using it. She's using it for foundation, concealer, contour, powder, everything. And it looks great. It works fine. And she said, you know, for a while she didn't do a tutorial because she was having some health issues and she couldn't physically, you know, she didn't want to film with it, and then she didn't want to announce it like that. And it was just, she didn't want to talk about her health problems either. So it was just a lot of, you know, it wasn't the right time. And then she started talking about her health issues, which has been a topic on her channel for a while. And she spoke about how some drama channels are actually being very disrespectful and talking about her health problems in negative ways. And she basically just said, I kind of just want you guys to, you know, not do that. If you want to talk about me, fine. If you want to talk about my products or anything like that, you know, you can do that, but please don't talk about my health. Try to not talk about that and not use that as a point of like, this is tea, because it's not, it's a health issue, and that shouldn't be a point of talk. The only channels that I saw talking about her health were The Viewer's Voice when he did a video of Rich Lux, but apparently he was defending her from people talking about her health. So I haven't seen any drama channels talk about her health in a bad way, but there could be some small ones. But there are definitely tweets and, you know, YouTube comments that are not very nice. And you can have a problem with her product or her videos, and you can have a problem with all of that without having to be a dick about it, realistically. So she's not recalling the product. She thinks the product works great. Apparently there's not many problems with it, and she's also just saying, don't talk about my health, period. And then she used the product, it worked great, it worked fine, and that was basically the tea on that whole video. I just in general think talking about people's health in any way as like a point or like an argument, it's a low blow, it's a low move, and you shouldn't do it. Mainly when you're a drama channel, please don't do that, because you're giving everyone a bad rep. Not everyone is like that, the majority isn't like that, and for people to do that just gives us a bad name. So yeah, that's the video, that's how it went. And yeah, she just updated us on everything. Another piece of tea is of course Jaclyn Hill. Jaclyn Hill recently came back with a video called Get Ready With Me and Opening Up, and in brackets vulnerable. Remember we used to make fun of those prank channels that would put in brackets like not clickbait or like she gets pissed off? This is it. This is the equivalent of that in drama terms. And she basically did a whole video where she spoke about issues that she's had recently, health issues as well, that I'm not going to comment on because that is a low blow, like I said. I believe that she has been stressed out recently. She has been coping with it in not very healthy ways, and that is, you know, something that she needs to address, and I'm glad she spoke out about it. But then she says, and you know, I see that you guys keep on saying that I only come back to YouTube when I have a product to sell, and I don't agree. And at that point she lost me, because she went from having the video be very, you know, real and honest and personal, to then going, I know you guys say that I only ever come on YouTube when I'm trying to sell a product, and I know that I haven't uploaded a video in a really long time, but I'm releasing a product soon. And it was just so ironic that she's now just uploading videos, and then she, you know, says, I don't just upload videos when I'm releasing a product, but I haven't uploaded videos in a while, and I'm uploading one now to let you know that I will be releasing a product soon. Someone said that they found like trademarks for Jaclyn Hill and Morphe products, one of them being a primer. She used to swear by the Sisley primer, and then she stopped using it recently. So I'm just wondering if now she'll be using her amazing Morphe primer. I am 99.9% sure that the collaboration is with Morphe. She's done nothing but collaborate with Morphe or make her own products, and I think she's going to be making a product from Morphe, and I think it's going to be that damn primer. And also I'm always just wondering, why is she releasing products with Morphe when she has her own cosmetic line at this point? I don't understand. It's not a collaboration between Jaclyn Hill Cosmetics and Morphe, it's a collaboration between Jaclyn Hill and Morphe. If you have your own company, you should be putting everything you have into that company, all your ideas, everything you have for a primer, for brows, anything, any ideas you have should stay with your company. Don't give it to another company. I'm guessing that Morphe paycheck just hits a bit different. Maybe you don't have to give refunds to people for metal shards and lipsticks. And then in that same video, she spoke more drama, and she said she was at a Christmas party with Colleen Ballinger. Miranda sings, right? And she, once everyone like left, there was a few people left, and they played like a hot seat game where you sit in the middle and they ask you 3 questions and you have to answer truthfully. They can be as deep or as, you know, surface level as they want. And apparently Colleen, in front of everyone, went, did you know that your products were going to be that bad, or was that like an accident? Jaclyn Hill said she felt very hurt by that, because she almost felt like not only do customers and like drama channels and stuff not believe that she didn't do this on purpose, also her peers think she did this on purpose. And I think if that's actually true, which I'm pretty sure it is, because why would she, it would obviously come out that it's not true. There were more people at that party that could be like, well, Jaclyn, that didn't happen. So I'm assuming that's true. It actually happened. Colleen did ask her that question, but I just think it's so stupid, because I don't think anyone would ever do that on purpose, because how can you hide metal shards in a lipstick without people realizing and then blaming you, right? You're gonna have to do refunds. So she wouldn't have made any money from that, and instead would have lost money. So it's like, of course she didn't do that on purpose. If she actually asked her that in front of everyone, that's so embarrassing, and just to put someone on the spot like that is insane. And mainly because they're allegedly friends, since they did this like Christmas party and stuff, you'd think that they already had this discussion as friends. So was there any need to call her out in front of everyone? But 2, people then started finding things about Colleen, about her being a mean girl basically, and just being a little. Shane Dawson was on this like podcast interview type thing where he basically just said that Colleen is one of the most bitchy people he knows, but he tried to play it off as like a compliment, like in a good way, like she's shady and a mean girl. But what I got from that is that she is just a shady, backstabbing person. He basically just said that she would do collabs with people, and those people would be like, oh my god, me and Colleen are friends, and then Shane Dawson would meet up with Colleen and she would be like, I hate them, did you hear the tea about them? And then she would like spill secrets, I'm assuming, because if someone considers someone their friend, they're gonna say more personal things. So if she's like, oh, we're not friends, but did you hear this? Or like whenever they would meet up, the first thing she would say is, so what's the tea on people? Do you know any secrets? And like apparently she's just a mean girl. She's like the Regina George in Mean Girls, which is interesting. So I'm actually convinced that she did that on purpose to put Jaclyn Hill on the spot and possibly embarrass her in front of everyone, which, as much as I don't like what Jaclyn did and I don't like how she handled it, to put someone on the spot like that when they are in a safe space, in what they consider to be a comfort zone, you know, around people that they trust, and to put them on the spot like that is actually just bullying. And I think it's just so mean, knowing how Jaclyn Hill has been mentally and physically reacting to everything that's been happening. Like off the internet is the one place where she should feel safe and not feel like she's being judged by people. And then the last thing about Jaclyn Hill is that she, in her video, spoke about how she's been very bloated lately because of the way that she's been coping with stress, which is alcohol, and a lot of alcohol can make you bloated and swollen. And then Here for the Tea actually kind of like did a summary, I think, on Instagram of the things that Jaclyn Hill said in her video. She also talked about her anxiety and depression and how alcohol is the reason she's bloated. You're welcome. Also follow me on Twitter, thank you so much. And then Eden the doll, that took a while, an influencer basically replied to that saying bloated boots and then like a cheers drink thing. And Jaclyn Hill quote tweeted someone that posted that screenshot on Twitter. "These types of comments make anyone feel like they can't post a picture if they are not perfect. I'm so over it and won't tolerate it anymore. There's a difference between freedom of speech and verbal abuse. Me and my subscribers will make a change in 2020. And I have to agree with Jaclyn. This is the second time I'm agreeing with her. This is a strange thing. The thing is, Jaclyn is being very real right now about her issues, about her struggles, and about her physical just look. She's clearly not happy with the way she looks physically because she's been posting less and less pictures, doing less and less videos, and you can tell she's kind of just not feeling well because it's not just about gaining weight, it's why you gained weight. And her reason for gaining weight is that she's been coping in very toxic ways with anxiety and depression, and that's never a good thing. To physically look in the mirror and be like, this is a representation of how I'm feeling right now, it's just not good. And for someone to be like, oh, bloated boots, trash. But also Eden is one of those girls that looks like she's had every single piece of her face done with Botox and filler and has had multiple surgeries. That's what she looks like. She's like a typical LA Instagram model, Instagram baddie. So like, of course she's gonna have some to say because she's paid tens of thousands of dollars to look the way she does. And yeah, Jaclyn has had filler here and there, Botox here and there, but she's clearly struggling right now. And to then beat a dead horse is not the way you want to live your life if you're just a reasonable human being. And the last piece of tea is Shane Dawson finally uploaded the first video on his Shane Glossin channel, and it's not a makeup video. It was supposed to be a makeup channel and there is not a makeup video there. It's a conspiracy theory video, which I would expect to go on his main channel, unless his main channel is now becoming the docuseries channel where he only does high production things and his Shane Glossin video is like a second channel, which would make sense. But then Shane Glossin, the name doesn't really make sense, and it was supposed to be a makeup channel, so I'm not sure. But the conspiracy video itself was mind-blowing. It was insane. It scared me. I am now terrified of hotels and Airbnbs. I'm also terrified of leaving my house. I'm paranoid about everything now. Thanks, Shane Dawson. Thank you so much for making me paranoid about just living my life. That's cool. But yeah, watch it. It was so interesting, so good. I just don't know why it was on the second channel and not the main channel. Just a little, you know, people have DM'd me about it and they were like, wasn't this supposed to be a makeup channel? That's not makeup. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but it was still a very good video, so watch it. But if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below, anything comment down below, and subscribe to his videos every other day or like 3 times a week. It changes depending on topics and my mood. So hit that bell and you'll be notified. Follow me on socials, they're in the description down below, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.